3 on I-55 and I-12. Moving well on the Bonnie Carey Spillway. 310 looking good between the I-10 and Highway 90. All clear in the west on the I-10 through Kenner and Metairie. Got a little slow traffic. This is going to be on 610 headed out to New Orleans East from Metairie. This is right after City Park. It looks like a momentary breakdown in the area. Lakebound, Riverbound Expressway in good shape. No problems at the high rise, moving well crossing the Crescent City connection and the Huey Long Bridge. I do have one accident, Toulouse at North Dupree. And your traffic brought to you by ThinkAboutYourEyes.com.
Seeing is a gift that needs protecting with yearly eye exams. Find a doctor near you at ThinkAboutYourEyes.com and make an appointment today.
Have a traffic tip, call WWL 504-260-INFO.
Newell Norman, Leaders Lead on WWL AM/FM.com. Call 504-260-1870 or text 870-870.
We're back and we're talking about the situation of the raids on the strip clubs on Bourbon Street. And I just want to have a shout out to everybody last night that went to the Horses, Hots, and Cops event. WWL was one of the sponsors. We had a great time. They had over 5,000 people show up. The benefactor of that is the Mounted Patrol breeding program. They used to get their horses from Angola in their breeding program, and when they discontinued that, they had to take it on themselves as it relates to breeding the right type of horse for the Mounted Patrol. That's an integral part of the strategies that are used during Mardi Gras and many of the other big events down in the city. It was a great event, great turnout, a lot of people donating a lot of money to that endeavor. I want to say congratulations to all of the folks that were the sponsors of that, and we really appreciate what you did last evening, and we had a great time. You know, on the text line, guys and folks are saying, why not let people bring their own portalette? If someone wants to shoot, they'll just go in a public. That's not the point. When they put them out, they control the location in which they're going to be placed. And whether you believe it or not, there is a strategy in the deployment of that and line of sight and where it's going to be and whether or not it's going to be an intrusion to pedestrian flow or traffic flow or otherwise, based on historically them knowing where the largest collection of people come together in order to watch the parade. If you allowed the members of the public to just bring their own portalette, place it wherever, do whatever, and there's not a permitting process and all these other things in place, they don't have control of where those are going to be ultimately disseminated out about the parade route. That's why you can't just let people do what they want to do, when, why, and how, and what works best for them and their individual enjoyment of the parade. They have to take into consideration all of the people in the parade. It's the same situation that exists with policing the placement of ladders and tarps and ropes and this, and people trying to stake out a certain amount of geography so that their family can enjoy the parade. You know, there's a balance of interest there. I know historically some of that has been done. You know, I remember many, many years ago watching Endymion at the beginning of the parade, right? A friend of ours lived behind Divert School there, and we'd always have a big party, and then, you know, somebody would always be watching the piece of geography that was out there. Well, the problem with that is that when you've got 80,000 people wanting to get into that same little 5-block area, there's only so much geography, and it becomes an issue. And once alcohol sets in, unfortunately, then there's a disagreement over territory. Oh, go figure that out. I mean, you know, we've been arguing that across the world landscape for a long, long time. You know, there is, you know, any number of issues that are presented with that, and they try to work out the best strategic plan possible. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes it seems arbitrary. Guess what? It is. But the facts are is that that's the situation. So give us a call. We want to hear what your thoughts are about the raids on the French Quarter strip clubs. Do you believe that increases safety and security in the French Quarter? I I do. Want to hear from you? Give us a call, 260-1870 or text us 870-870. This is Noel Norman, WWL.
Home of the largest radio news team in the Gulf South, the Big 870 and 105.3 WWL FM.
President Trump is preparing for his State of the Union address, and we'll talk about what to expect. Hi, this is Scoot. Also, President Trump does a lot of things that draw criticism from the media and the American people. Has he accomplished anything? We'll dedicate an hour to Trump's accomplishments. Help us with that. Tune in this afternoon, 1 to 4, on WWL.
Do you have dark, rough, scaly spots on your face or scalp? You might think these are just sunspots, but they might be actinic keratosis, which is an early warning sign of skin cancer and should not be ignored. Belle Research in New Orleans is seeking research participants who've noticed these small, rough patches on their face or scalp. Qualified participants will receive study medication and related care at no cost and may be compensated for their time. So, if you've got sun damage that has created small, rough, and darker scaly sunspots on your face or scalp, please call now to learn more about this research opportunity for this precancerous condition called actinic keratosis that is underway right here in New Orleans. Remember, this study is at no cost to you, and you may receive compensation. Call now, 504-291-3380. That's 504-291-3380. 504-291-3380.
Attention taxpayers, if you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, it's a fact that they have the power to garnish your bank account and charge you outrageous penalties and fees for failing to comply. If you've received a letter from the IRS, don't ignore it. Your problem will only continue to get worse. Here's the good news. The IRS has graciously provided the Fresh Start program, geared at helping struggling taxpayers where you may now qualify to settle your tax debt and wipe out a large portion of what you currently owe, including penalties and interest. Or you may qualify for other special programs. If you're being audited, have years of unfiled tax returns, have a federal tax lien, or worse yet, are being issued a wage garnishment or bank levy, listen carefully. W-Tax Group staff of expert tax professionals can immediately protect you from the IRS and state collectors and get you the best possible tax settlement guaranteed. Call 800-658-2020. 800-658-2020. 800-658-2020.
Hi, this is Newell. As a repeat customer of the Ray Brandt Automotive Group, I'm here to tell you that it's always a great experience. Ray Brandt offers new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs from all the brands you love. Nissan, Toyota, Infiniti, Porsche, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Hyundai, Kia, Mazda, Mitsubishi, and Volkswagen. Ray Brandt will treat you right. After all, he's been serving New Orleans and the Gulf Coast for 34 years. I encourage you to shop where I shop, the Ray Brandt Auto Group. Check them out at RayBrandtAuto.com.
This is Owen.
Hi there, hello.
He's an imaginary person who represents many business owners.
What?
Owen is savvy.
I am? I am.
He knows digital marketing is imperative to grow his business.
Yes, very important.
But he's not sure how it works or who to trust.
No, I don't.
That's why he should turn to SmartReach Digital.
Good idea.
SmartReach Digital designs programs that promote your business and generate leads. Need a digital partner you can trust?
I need SmartReach Digital.
Learn more at growwithsmartreach.com.
This is the Italianate voice of Tom Fitzmaurice. Here's a landmark on the dining scene. Chef Andrea Abuzzo marks 33 years since opening in Metairie. From the beginning, Andrea showed his mettle with fresh local seafood and classy meats butchered in-house. All this is prepared along classic Italian lines. During all of January, celebrate with the chef who has a 3-course dinner for you with a glass of wine. The price is $33, $20 for lunch. He'd love to hear your applause at Andrea's across Causeway Boulevard from Lakeside Mall. 834-85834. Reservations at Andrea's.
Newell Norman, opinion leader on WWL, AM, FM, and .com. Call 504-260-1870 or text 870-870.
For that, and on the Peretti Mazda opinion poll, do you believe the raids on strip clubs increases safety and security in the French Quarter? 54% of the respondents say yes. I kind of believe that as well. The detractors and the cynics always come out. You can't help it.